Good evening and welcome to another video on All Held It Out. Tonight we are going for another beer from Brewdog. It is this one. It is Jack Hammer. And Jack Hammer is £3 a can from Morrison's, and it's an IPA that weighs in at 7.2%. And with that, it's going to draw, for me, some fairly sort of obvious comparisons. I'm a big fan of the IPA that comes out of Magic Rock called Cannonball, which is also 7-point-something%. So it's in that kind of ballpark. That's my kind of benchmark for this beer. Will it live up to it? We will find out. What can I tell you about the beer? Not a lot other than the fact that it's an IPA that weighs in at 7.2%. And one thing I am glad of on these new rebranded cans is the Bible of bullshit is pretty much gone. You get a bit of the ruthless IPA. You get United We Stand for Better Beer, fiercely defiant and independent. All the usual kind of brand image from Brewdog, but none of the bullshit that I can see. Nope, none, which is good. It's great to see. So there we are. It's Morrison's £3 a can Jack Hammer. I'm pretty sure I've seen it in previous iterations where it might have been a higher ABV. I think it was the Beer Dad, Dave. He did a review. I'm sure it was 9% when he did a review of it. Check it out and confirm later, and I'll link you to his video as well. Pretty damn cool. Good guy to watch, great reviews. Anyway, the beer in question, see what it's about. So pop the top, and we're going to pour into the Brewdog glass. The pour I expect to be kind of ambery golden, and no, it's really pale. It's very pale. Crystal clear and kind of golden. It looks alright, if a little pale. You know, like I said, there is a little bit of something in suspension going through the beer. I don't know if you're going to get it on camera, I doubt it, but there's a little bit of kind of haze that's almost like a sediment. Anyway, we had about 2 fingers of white head that is sort of dissipating, but it's reasonably consistent. It looks alright. Let's have a sniff. Slightly tropical. Not a huge amount of resin. I was expecting more resin, I must say, but then again, like I say, I'm comparing it in my own head to Cannonball, which smells bitter as fuck. This, it smells fruity. It smells sweeter. It smells like a completely different animal. It smells different to Punk. Obviously being the stablemate of Jack Hammer. It's not overly hopped in the aromas, it's not overly sort of bitter, it's not overly sweet, but it is sweeter than I was expecting. It smells okay. Let's have a taste. I like that. It's alright. I prefer it to Punk, I'm going to say. Off the bat, I prefer it to Punk. It's got more about it. It's a little bit spikier, to use some of the Punk sort of language. It has got more pine resin than Punk. Not as much as Cannonball. Its bitterness is kind of medium. It's not as bitter as I was expecting. But there is a little bit of resin, not as much as Cannonball, quite clearly. The body is kind of medium, which I wasn't expecting either. I was expecting it to be fairly light. The finish is bitter, slightly longer than Punk. And all in all, it's not a bad beer. It doesn't taste like a 7.2% beer. I will put that out there now. You could sit and sip this quite quickly and end up on your backside before you can say Jack Daniels. It doesn't taste anywhere near the ABV. It's a really smooth drink. And that's even with that slightly spikier edge than Punk. There is a little bit of something tropical coming through. Not anything in a big way. Kind of bitter grapefruit, bitter orange, that kind of thing. And by tropical I mean citrus. Yeah, that's not a bad IPA. As you can see, I'm getting through it pretty quick. Not bad at all. So, Jack Hammer, Ruthless IPA. What do I think of you? Would I buy you again? I would. I'd actually buy it more often than Punk, to be honest. It's got more about it that I like. It's hoppy, it's bitter, it's easily drunk, you know, it's hard to see where that 7.2% is, excuse me, and that makes it quite dangerous, really, given that it goes down so easy. I like the pine resin, you know, that's what I love. I like these beers that are bitter and hoppy and they smash you in the face with the palate hops and the bitterness, you know, if it gives you a sort of a second hit, you know, that's brilliant. And this has got it. Do I like it as much as enough to rush out and buy it again? Ooh, there's a good question. Now that means for me going quite a way out of my way to go to Morrison's to get this, whereas I could just go to Tesco's and get a load of Cannonball. Would I rate this higher than Cannonball? No, because Cannonball is a little bit more in your face. This is kind of, shall we say, like a henchman. You know, it's got all that, but it doesn't want to get engaged and really kind of just do the damage. Whereas Cannonball is it's a ruthless pit bull. That one just sets about you, no questions asked. This one's a little bit more reserved, but I like it a lot. So yeah, I would rush out and buy it again. And if I go to Morrison's, I will pick up a can for sure. Definitely more than Punk. I enjoy it much more than Punk. So, is it perfect? No, but it's not far off. And for a Brewdog beer in recent times, that's a pretty decent thing to achieve. So I'm going to give Brewdog's Jack Hammer 4.5 out of 5 on the old Untapped score sheet. I would like it to be a little bit more punchy, but I can't knock it too much, you know. So there we are. That, ladies and gents, has been the beer. Down there are some buttons. You know exactly what to do with them. Like, comment, subscribe, any combination as you wish. So, thanks for watching. That's been the beer. I've been Nick and I will see you again soon for another video. Bye.